The last thing I'm going to show you, but not the least, is our button attachment. So we finished the button band, and there are still ends to weave in and a last little bit of blocking to do. But the last thing I'm going to share with you is how to attach your button. And I have a button here, and at the back you see it has a bit of a shank. So this little bit of button is actually really great for knitwear because knit fabric is relatively thick, and in order to accommodate that thickness, in order to leave the space for it, having that bit of button so that it can just rest on the top of the fabric is helpful. If, however, you have a button that you're really keen to use and it does not have a shank at the back, you can kind of build it in as you sew your button on. So let's have a look at how that could work. I'm going to sew this button on into my first space down here. I know where it needs to go. Here's my buttonhole, so I just want the exact same space. Over here I have some thread that almost matches, and I'm going to take more than I think I need so that I can actually double the fabric or double the thread and then put it through the needle. So I'm going to hold it double and then grab a normal sewing needle and thread it like this. So you see I end up with sort of 4 strands of yarn, I get so used to saying yarn, of my needle thread. So I'm going to now even out those ends and tie a knot here so that all of those are included, all of those ends. And then I'm just going to trim that down. And I'm going to work from the right side of the garment, and into this space I'm going to go underneath a couple of legs, and I'm not going to go right in the middle, I go just slightly biased toward the body side here. In there and almost all the way through, and then I'm going to secure my thread by just coming in below that knot and catching my yarn there. So we're secure, and then this is actually going to be covered up by the button itself, so it hides it nicely. So then I'm going to go into the button, and I'm only going to need, I have so many strands here, I only need to do it a couple of times. So I'm going to go in through the fabric, make sure I don't get it tangled up. And okay, so I pull it tight, and then I make sure that I give it a little space, a little bit of space for the shank, and then I come back up and I'm going to go through one more time, and that's it. That's the whole number, and up through and back through the cardigan. I'm not pulling it all the way tight against the cardigan. I have a little bit of space, and then I'm going to build my shank. So I come back up between the fabric and the button, and I'm going to wind this around a few times, and that basically creates the shank. And to secure, I'm going to just go through that shank with my needle a few times and give it a little knot. And that's it. And we're secure. I'm going to cut it off close to the source, and I've created enough space. It's nice and secure, but enough space for the button to go through and just lie tidily on the surface there. Do that a few more times and then it's finished. I'll block a little bit to just, straighten out the fabric that's gathering a little bit along the button band, but that's looking just like I want it to. And I hope that some of these tutorials have been helpful and that you have worked your One Sweater Knit Along with us. And please do share your finished objects and your beautiful sweaters and cardigans on the social media so that we can all admire them. Until next time, happy knitting!